every single day, you hold the power to shape your destiny. But the question is, are you using it wisely? Imagine your life as a garden. Each action you take is a seed you plant. Over time, those seeds grow into either a thriving paradise or a tangled mess of weeds. What seeds are you planting today? Are they aligned with the future you want? The Stoics taught us this. Focus only on what you can control. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. These are the tools you wield to build a life of purpose, discipline, and resilience. But too often, we get distracted. We let the noise of the world pull us away from what truly matters. Instead of planting the right seeds, we scatter our energy on trivial things that won't last. The good news? You can change this, starting today, by working on just 10 areas of your life every single day. You can transform not only how you live, but who you become. These aren't grand, overwhelming changes. They're small, deliberate actions rooted in the philosophy of Stoicism. Together, they create the foundation for a life well lived. So, let me ask you, are you ready to take control of your garden? Are you ready to embrace the Stoic mindset and start building the life you truly deserve? What would your life look like if you mastered these principles? If so, let's explore the 10 things you must work on every single day to live with purpose and mastery. Let's begin. Number 1, your attitude. Your attitude is the foundation of your life. It shapes not only how you perceive the world, but also how the world perceives you. A positive attitude can transform obstacles into opportunities, while a negative one can turn even the brightest chances into wasted potential. As the Stoics taught, your perspective is within your control. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Think of your attitude as the soil in your garden. Fertile soil allows seeds to grow and flourish, while poor soil stunts their growth. In the same way, a constructive attitude lays the groundwork for success, while a pessimistic one holds you back. So, what kind of soil are you cultivating? Your attitude acts as a magnet. A positive outlook draws people, opportunities, and resources toward you, while negativity repels them. Imagine two individuals walking into a room. One radiates confidence and optimism. The other seems burdened by complaints and self-doubt. Who would you rather work with? Who would you trust to handle challenges? The answer is obvious. But here's the catch. Having the right attitude isn't just about how others perceive you. It's about how you approach life itself. A Stoic mindset embraces the idea of a more fatty, loving your fate no matter what it brings. Instead of lamenting difficulties, view them as opportunities to grow stronger. For example, when faced with a setback, you could say, "This always happens to me." Or you could think, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger?" The latter mindset, grounded in acceptance and action, is the hallmark of someone mastering their attitude. It's easy to fall into the trap of negativity, especially when life feels overwhelming. Maybe you wake up to bad news, face criticism at work, or feel stuck in a difficult situation. The default reaction is to complain or blame external factors. But the Stoics remind us, external events don't define us, our response to them does. Epictetus put it best, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." This means that the power to change lies within you, not in altering the circumstances, but in reframing how you see them. Changing your attitude isn't about flipping a switch, it's about daily deliberate effort. Start each morning by listing 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be monumental, perhaps the warmth of your coffee or a good night's sleep. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. The next time you face a difficulty, pause and ask yourself, what lesson does this hold for me? This approach not only diffuses frustration, but also empowers you to find value in adversity. Pay attention to the words you use, both with yourself and others. Replace phrases like "I can't" with "I'm learning to," and "this is impossible" with "this is challenging but doable." Your environment also plays a significant role. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you, and limit exposure to those who drain your energy. Success isn't always about major breakthroughs. Acknowledge and celebrate the small steps you take toward your goals. This reinforces a positive mindset and builds momentum. Improving your attitude doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges. It means choosing to face them with courage, clarity, and composure. The Stoics didn't advocate for blind optimism, they championed resilience. When you accept what's beyond your control and focus on what you can change, your attitude becomes a source of strength. Imagine your life a year from now if you worked on your attitude every day. How would your relationships improve? How would you handle challenges differently? And most importantly, how much more fulfilled would you feel? The journey starts today, one thought, one action, one perspective at a time. Number 2, your communication. Communication is at the heart of everything you do. Whether you're discussing ideas with colleagues, resolving a conflict with a loved one, or even delivering a speech to a room full of people, your ability to communicate shapes the quality of your relationships and your overall success. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed in the power of words and how they can either heal or harm, inspire or demoralize. As Epictetus once said, "First learn the meaning of what you say and then speak." Good communication is not just about speaking clearly. It's about connecting with others in a way that fosters understanding and builds trust. Imagine someone who dominates every conversation, constantly interrupting and pushing their own agenda. Now think about someone who listens intently, offers thoughtful responses, and ensures the other person feels heard. Which one do you think leaves a lasting positive impression? The answer is obvious. It's the person who listens. Listening, after all, is one of the most powerful yet underestimated communication skills. But here's the challenge. Many people assume communication is all about speaking. The reality is, communication is a two-way street. It's as much about listening as it is about expressing yourself. When you listen, not just to respond, but to understand, you create an environment where genuine dialogue can thrive. This is the kind of connection the Stoics valued, one based on empathy and clarity. Now think about the common mistakes we make in communication. Have you ever misunderstood someone because you assumed their intentions without clarifying? Or worse, have you ever let emotions drive your words in a heated moment only to regret it later? These moments highlight how vital it is to practice mindfulness in our interactions. The Stoics remind us to pause before reacting. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This applies perfectly to communication. You can't control what others say, but you can control how you respond. To improve your communication daily, start with small, deliberate actions. Focus on listening more than you speak. The next time someone shares their thoughts, make it your goal to fully understand before offering your perspective. Avoid interrupting. Instead, nod, paraphrase their points, and show genuine curiosity. You'll be amazed at how much this simple practice strengthens your relationships. Additionally, pay attention to your tone and choice of words. Words are powerful tools. They can build bridges or burn them. Practice choosing words that are clear, respectful, and uplifting. Even when offering criticism, frame it constructively. For example, instead of saying, "You always make mistakes," try, "I think this approach could be improved in these ways." Remember that nonverbal communication is just as important as the words you use. Your body language, eye contact, and even the pauses between your sentences speak volumes. The Stoics would advise you to maintain a calm and composed demeanor, especially in tense situations. This not only reflects self-mastery, but also puts others at ease. Improving your communication is not about becoming a flawless speaker. It's about being an authentic and empathetic connector. Imagine the impact you could have if every interaction left the other person feeling valued and understood. How much stronger would your relationships become? How much influence could you wield in your personal and professional life? Start practicing today. Listen more, react less, and let your words build trust and understanding. Number 3, your discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's what separates fleeting dreams from lasting success. Without discipline, even the most brilliant ideas will remain unfulfilled. The Stoics viewed discipline not as a burden, but as a pathway to freedom. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This mastery begins with the ability to choose what's necessary over what's comfortable. Imagine your goals as a distant destination. Discipline is the steady pace that gets you there, one step at a time. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's essential. Consider the person who commits to waking up early, exercising daily, and staying focused on their work. These small, consistent acts compound into remarkable achievements over time. On the other hand, someone who constantly gives into distractions or procrastinates will find themselves standing still, even as time marches forward. Discipline, however, isn't about sheer willpower. It's about creating systems and habits that make progress inevitable. Think of it as building a strong foundation. When you set up routines that align with your goals, you eliminate the need to rely on fleeting motivation. For example, if you want to get fit, don't wait until you feel inspired to work out. Schedule your workouts at the same time each day until they become a non-negotiable part of your routine. The Stoics believed in the power of self-control. They understood that many of life's struggles come from failing to master our impulses. How often have you let a fleeting desire derail your progress? Maybe you skipped a productive task to indulge in entertainment or abandoned a long-term goal because it felt too hard in the moment. These lapses in discipline may seem small, but over time, they compound into regret. To cultivate discipline, start by setting clear, achievable goals. Break them down into smaller steps and focus on completing one at a time. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small. It reinforces your commitment and builds momentum. At the same time, recognize that setbacks are part of the process. The Stoics taught us to accept mistakes without self-condemnation, using them as lessons rather than excuses to quit. Discipline also requires saying no to distractions. In today's world, it's easy to get pulled in a dozen directions by notifications, temptations, and external demands. The Stoics would remind us to ask, is this within my control? Does it align with my purpose? If the answer is no, let it go. Protect your focus as if it were your most valuable asset, because it is. Consider someone who mastered discipline, a young athlete training for a championship. Day after day, they wake up early, follow a strict regimen, and push through discomfort. They don't rely on inspiration, they rely on their habits. By the time the competition arrives, they're ready because they've done the work in silence. Compare that to someone who starts strong but quits the moment it gets tough. The difference isn't talent, it's discipline. Imagine what your life could look like a year from now if you committed to small acts of discipline every day. What goals could you achieve? How much closer would you be to the person you want to become? Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Every time you choose to act in alignment with your goals, you strengthen your character and move one step closer to success. The Stoics remind us that mastery of self is the greatest victory, and discipline is the tool that makes it possible. Number 4, your mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. It determines whether you see challenges as insurmountable obstacles or opportunities to grow stronger. The Stoics emphasize the power of perception, teaching that while you can't control external events, you have complete control over how you interpret them. Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about how often your mindset shapes your day. When faced with criticism, do you let it drag you down, or do you see it as a chance to improve? When plans don't go your way, do you dwell on frustration, or do you adapt and move forward? Your mindset dictates your response, and your response dictates your results. A strong mindset doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means confronting them with clarity and resilience. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control. This is the essence of what modern psychology calls a growth mindset. Instead of fixating on what's wrong or what you lack, a growth mindset encourages you to ask, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? For example, if you fail at a task, you could either label yourself as inadequate or view the failure as feedback, a roadmap showing where you can do better. The choice is entirely yours. However, cultivating a powerful mindset isn't automatic. It requires daily effort to shape your thoughts and direct them in constructive ways. One effective practice is journaling, a tool the Stoics themselves embraced. At the end of each day, write down your challenges, how you responded, and what you could have done differently. This simple act of reflection helps you identify patterns in your thinking and equips you to respond better in the future. Another way to strengthen your mindset is to embrace discomfort. The Stoics believed that hardship is not something to fear, but something to value. Seneca put it beautifully. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. When you step outside your comfort zone, whether it's taking on a new challenge, facing criticism, or enduring setbacks, you develop the mental toughness needed to face larger challenges later on. Each discomfort becomes a training ground for your resilience. Consider the impact of limiting beliefs on your mindset. These are the silent barriers you place on yourself. I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. Left unchecked, they can keep you stuck in a cycle of doubt and fear. To combat this, practice replacing these thoughts with empowering ones. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of, I'll never be successful, remind yourself, I'm taking steps towards success every day. These shifts may seem small, but over time, they completely transform your internal dialogue. Your environment also plays a critical role in shaping your mindset. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you. Engage in conversations that inspire growth and avoid those that drain your energy or fuel negativity. The Stoics taught the importance of keeping good company because the people around you influence your thoughts, and your thoughts influence your actions. Imagine the power of mastering your mindset. Picture yourself facing a stressful situation, not with panic or frustration, but with calm determination. How much more effective could you be? How much more could you achieve if you approached each day with clarity, focus, and purpose? The truth is, your mindset isn't fixed. It's like a muscle, and every time you choose to view a situation through a lens of possibility, you make it stronger. Improving your mindset isn't about ignoring life's challenges, it's about choosing how to respond to them. The Stoics remind us that while the world is unpredictable, our minds don't have to be. With daily practice, you can develop a mindset that not only endures adversity but thrives because of it. This is the ultimate form of self-mastery and a cornerstone of living a fulfilled life. Number 5, your time management. Time is the one resource you can never get back. It's finite, fleeting, and utterly irreplaceable. The Stoics understood this deeply and warned against wasting it. Seneca famously wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Every moment you spend distracted or unfocused is a moment lost forever. The question is, how are you spending your time? Think about your daily routine. How much of it is spent on things that truly matter? How often do you find yourself busy but not productive, moving from one task to the next without making meaningful progress? Many people mistake activity for achievement, but the two are not the same. The Stoic approach to time management is not about cramming as much as possible into your day. It's about aligning your actions with your priorities and focusing on what truly adds value to your life. Effective time management starts with clarity. You must know what matters most to you, your values, your goals, and your purpose. Without this clarity, it's easy to get pulled in a dozen directions by external demands or distractions. Imagine starting your day with a clear plan, knowing exactly what you need to accomplish and why it matters. Contrast that with waking up to chaos, scrambling to put out fires, and feeling like you've achieved nothing by the end of the day. The difference isn't luck, it's intentionality. One powerful Stoic practice is memento mori, or remembering that life is finite. This isn't meant to be morbid, it's meant to sharpen your focus. When you recognize that your time is limited, you're less likely to waste it on trivial matters. You become more deliberate about how you spend each hour, ensuring that your actions align with your greater purpose. But how do you put this into practice? Start by taking a few minutes each morning to plan your day. Identify your top 3 priorities, tasks that, if completed, will make the day a success. Focus on these first before distractions can creep in. Avoid multitasking, which divides your attention and reduces the quality of your work. Instead, practice deep work, dedicating blocks of uninterrupted time to your most important tasks. It's equally important to eliminate distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless notifications, and the constant pull of entertainment. The Stoics remind us to ask, is this within my control? The truth is, you can't control every distraction, but you can control how you respond to them. Turn off unnecessary notifications, set boundaries around your work time, and create an environment that supports focus. Another critical aspect of time management is learning to say no. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something that truly matters. This isn't easy. Many of us feel obligated to please others or take on more than we can handle. But the Stoics would encourage you to prioritize your energy wisely. Remember, saying no to distractions isn't selfish. It's essential for staying aligned with your purpose. And here's a surprising truth: rest is just as important as action. Many people burn out because they equate productivity with constant activity. The Stoics, however, valued balance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less, do what's essential." This doesn't mean doing nothing. It means focusing on what's necessary and allowing time to recharge. Build breaks into your day, whether it's a walk outside, a moment of meditation, or simply stepping away from your work to breathe. Rest isn't a waste of time, it's an investment in your longevity. And clarity. Imagine what your life could look like if you managed your time with intention every day. You'd feel less overwhelmed and more accomplished. You'd focus on what truly matters, letting go of distractions and unnecessary obligations. And most importantly, you'd use your time in a way that aligns with your values, bringing you closer to the life you want to live. The Stoics remind us that time is precious, and once it's gone forever. By managing it wisely, you honor both yourself and the opportunities life has given you. Each day is a gift, use it well. Number 6, your knowledge. Knowledge is the foundation of growth. It opens doors to opportunities, strengthens your decision-making, and allows you to adapt to an ever-changing world. The Stoics held the pursuit of wisdom as one of life's highest callings. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This simple yet profound statement underscores the importance of lifelong learning, something you must work on every day. Think about the most successful people you know. They didn't get there by standing still or relying solely on natural talent. They sought out knowledge relentlessly, learning from books, mentors, experiences, and even failures. Knowledge is not something you acquire once and then set aside. It's a continuous process. Just as a muscle weakens without use, your mind stagnates if it isn't fed regularly with new ideas and insights. The Stoics believed in practical wisdom, knowledge that could be applied to life's challenges. They didn't study philosophy to impress others, they studied it to live better. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful leaders, spent time each day reflecting on philosophy to guide his actions. He wrote in Meditations, "Don't waste the rest of your life speculating about others. Unless it affects the common good, it will keep you from doing anything useful." This reminds us to focus our learning on things that truly matter. So, how do you incorporate learning into your daily routine? Start small. Commit to reading just 10 pages of a book each day or listening to a podcast that challenges your thinking. Choose subjects that align with your goals or broaden your perspective. Maybe it's a book on Stoic philosophy, a biography of someone you admire, or a course that teaches a skill you've always wanted to master. The key is consistency. Even 10 minutes a day adds up over time, building a reservoir of knowledge that sets you apart. But knowledge isn't just about acquiring information, it's about applying it. The Stoics believed that wisdom without action is meaningless. Imagine reading a book on effective communication, but never practicing what you've learned in your conversations. The knowledge remains theoretical, never becoming a tool for growth. To avoid this, make it a habit to reflect on what you've learned and find ways to apply it. For instance, if you learn about the importance of active listening, practice it in your next interaction. This not only solidifies your learning, but also creates immediate value in your life. Another important aspect of knowledge is learning from failure. Too often, people see failure as the end of the road, but the Stoics viewed it as a teacher. Epictetus said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Each failure holds a lesson, a chance to analyze what went wrong and how to improve. Instead of avoiding mistakes, embrace them as opportunities to grow. After all, failure is just feedback. It's a stepping stone toward success. Your environment also plays a crucial role in your pursuit of knowledge. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to think bigger and aim higher. Seek out mentors who can guide you and challenge your assumptions. Engage in conversations that stimulate your mind, and avoid those that lead to gossip or trivialities. Remember, the people you spend time with shape your thinking more than you might realize. Imagine the possibilities if you committed to learning something new every day. How much more confident would you feel in your abilities? How many new opportunities could you create for yourself? The pursuit of knowledge doesn't just improve your mind, it transforms your entire life. It equips you to handle challenges with clarity, seize opportunities with confidence, and contribute to the world in meaningful ways. The Stoics remind us that knowledge is a journey, not a destination. It's about staying curious, asking questions, and seeking truth. By dedicating even a small amount of time each day to learning, you honor the Stoic principle of constant improvement. The more you learn, the more capable you become. And as Seneca said, the time will come when diligent research over long periods will bring to light things which now lie hidden. Number 7, your financial discipline. Financial discipline is a cornerstone of a stable and fulfilling life. Without it, even the highest earnings can lead to stress and instability. The Stoics, though not often associated with finances, held principles that directly apply to money management. They valued simplicity, self-control, and long-term thinking, all essential traits for mastering your finances. Seneca wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This timeless wisdom reminds us that financial discipline isn't about how much you earn, but how wisely you manage what you have. Consider this. How often do we equate happiness with material possessions? Many people fall into the trap of chasing the next big purchase, thinking it will bring lasting fulfillment. But the Stoics understood that external wealth is fleeting. True security comes from within, from knowing you're in control of your financial choices rather than being controlled by them. Financial discipline is about taking charge of your resources so they serve your goals, not the other way around. The first step in developing financial discipline is awareness. Do you know where your money goes each month? Many people don't, and this lack of awareness leads to unnecessary stress. Start by tracking your expenses for at least a month. Write down every purchase, no matter how small. This exercise may surprise you. It often reveals spending habits that don't align with your values or priorities. Once you have a clear picture, you can make informed decisions about where to cut back and where to invest. The next step is creating a budget. A budget isn't restrictive, it's liberating. It gives you the power to allocate your money toward the things that matter most. The Stoics would encourage you to prioritize needs over wants and long-term security over short-term gratification. For example, instead of splurging on an expensive gadget, consider saving that money for an emergency fund or an investment that grows over time. This kind of thinking aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle of temperance or moderation. Debt is another critical area where financial discipline plays a key role. While some debt, like a mortgage or student loan, can be a strategic investment, other forms, such as credit card debt, often stem from impulsive decisions. The Stoics would advise us to approach debt with caution and focus on reducing it as quickly as possible. Each dollar you pay off is a step toward financial freedom, a state where you're no longer burdened by past decisions. Investing is another essential part of financial discipline. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control, and while market fluctuations are unpredictable, your investment strategy is entirely within your power. Educate yourself about the basics of investing and focus on consistent long-term growth rather than chasing quick returns. Just as the Stoics emphasized patience and persistence in life, successful investing requires a steady, disciplined approach. Imagine what your life could look like with strong financial discipline. You'd have less stress, more freedom, and the ability to seize opportunities when they arise. You could support the people and causes you care about, knowing your finances are secure. This kind of stability doesn't happen overnight, but small, consistent steps each day can create a foundation that lasts a lifetime. The Stoics remind us that true wealth isn't measured by the size of your bank account, but by your ability to live with purpose and contentment. By mastering your financial discipline, you create a life where money serves you, not the other way around. As Seneca said, "If you live according to nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich." Take control of your finances today. Track your expenses, create a budget, and start saving, even if it's just a little. These small actions, practiced daily, will lead to a life of financial stability and peace. In the end, financial discipline isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. The freedom to live in alignment with your values, unburdened by unnecessary stress. Number 8. Your relationships. Your relationships are the foundation of a meaningful life. No matter how successful or accomplished you are, the quality of your connections with others determines your true fulfillment. The Stoics understood this deeply, emphasizing the interconnectedness of humanity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone, to turn your back on them. These are obstructions." Think about the people in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers you encounter daily. How often do you nurture these relationships? How often do you let distractions or misunderstandings erode them? The Stoics taught that relationships require intentional effort built on respect, empathy, and communication. They believed that by improving how you relate to others, you also improve yourself. The first step to strengthening relationships is to cultivate empathy. Empathy allows you to see the world through someone else's eyes, to understand their struggles, and to connect with them on a deeper level. When you approach interactions with empathy, you're less likely to judge and more likely to listen. This creates a space where genuine understanding can grow. Imagine the impact of pausing before reacting to someone's words, choosing instead to ask, what might they be feeling right now? What's driving their behavior? Another cornerstone of strong relationships is forgiveness. The Stoics believed that holding on to anger or resentment only harms yourself. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of carrying negativity. When you forgive, you let go of the past and open the door to healing and growth. Communication is also essential. It's not just about speaking your mind, but about ensuring your words build bridges rather than walls. The Stoics emphasize clarity and intentionality in speech. Epictetus said, "Nature gave us one tongue and two ears so that we could listen twice as much as we speak." By listening more and speaking thoughtfully, you create relationships rooted in trust and mutual respect. This approach fosters deeper connections and reduces unnecessary conflict. Strong relationships also require boundaries. The Stoics believed in protecting your inner peace and not allowing others to disrupt it. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's essential for maintaining healthy dynamics. For example, if someone consistently brings negativity into your life, it's okay to limit your interactions with them. Protecting your energy allows you to show up fully for the people who matter most. Imagine the possibilities if you made small, deliberate efforts to improve your relationships every day. What would change if you reached out to a friend just to check in? If you expressed gratitude to a family member for their support? If you apologized sincerely when you were wrong? These small actions practiced consistently can transform your connections and bring immense fulfillment. But relationships aren't just about what you give, they're also about what you learn. Each interaction is an opportunity to grow. Difficult conversations teach you patience. Conflicts challenge you to practice composure. Acts of kindness remind you of the value of generosity. The Stoics believed that relationships are not only a source of joy, but also a tool for personal development. Imagine the strength of your relationships if you approach them with intentionality, empathy, and respect every day. Picture the trust, support, and joy you could build. The Stoics remind us that life is short and that the time we have with others is precious. Don't let trivial disagreements or neglect rob you of the connections that truly matter. Start today. Make the call you've been putting off. Say the words you've been meaning to say. Listen more than you speak. By nurturing your relationships, you not only enrich the lives of those around you, but also create a life filled with meaning, connection, and harmony. Number 9, your purpose. Your purpose is the guiding star of your life. It's the reason you wake up each morning, the fuel that drives you forward, and the anchor that keeps you grounded during turbulent times. Without purpose, life can feel aimless, like a ship adrift at sea. The Stoics understood the profound importance of living with purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse toward are wasting their time, even when hard at work." Purpose is not something you find overnight, it's something you discover and refine through intentional living. It begins by asking yourself the right questions. What truly matters to me? What values do I hold dear? How can I contribute to the world in a way that aligns with those values? These questions form the foundation of a purposeful life, one where every action is connected to something greater than yourself. Living with purpose means prioritizing what aligns with your values and letting go of what doesn't. Too often, people chase goals dictated by societal expectations, seeking success, recognition, or wealth without considering whether those pursuits truly fulfill them. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control: your actions, your character, and your commitment to doing what's right. Purpose isn't about impressing others, it's about living authentically and meaningfully. To cultivate a sense of purpose, start by identifying your core values. What principles do you want to guide your decisions? Perhaps it's integrity, growth, or kindness. Once you've clarified these values, evaluate how your daily actions align with them. Are you spending your time and energy on things that support your purpose, or are you distracted by tasks and habits that don't serve you? Purpose requires clarity, and clarity requires reflection. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of contribution. Seneca said, "There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with." Your purpose often lies in how you can serve others, whether through your work, relationships, or acts of kindness. When you focus on adding value to the lives of others, you not only fulfill your purpose, but also create a ripple effect of positivity and impact. Living with purpose doesn't mean every day will be easy or every action will feel significant. There will be setbacks, distractions, and moments of doubt. But, as the Stoics taught, these challenges are opportunities to strengthen your resolve. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." When you face adversity with purpose, it becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Imagine waking up each day with a clear sense of why you do what you do. How much more focused and motivated would you feel? How much more resilient would you be in the face of challenges? Purpose doesn't just guide your actions, it gives them meaning. It transforms even mundane tasks into stepping stones toward a greater goal. But here's the key. Purpose is not static. It evolves as you grow and learn. What drives you today may not be the same as what drives you a year from now, and that's okay. The Stoics remind us to remain adaptable, constantly refining our purpose to align with our ever-changing lives and circumstances. Start small. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Write down your values, your passions, and the impact you want to make. Set goals that align with these principles and commit to taking small steps toward them every day. Purpose isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistent, intentional action that moves you closer to the life you want to live. Imagine the fulfillment of living each day with purpose. Picture the clarity, direction, and inner peace it would bring. The Stoics remind us that purpose is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for a life well lived. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Let your actions reflect your purpose, and let your purpose guide your life. Number 10, your gratitude. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can cultivate. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, from problems to possibilities, and from dissatisfaction to contentment. The Stoics understood the transformative power of gratitude. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the blessings in his life, writing in Meditations. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more success, more possessions, more recognition, gratitude grounds us in the present. It reminds us that we already have enough to be happy. That fulfillment doesn't come from chasing external rewards, but from appreciating what we already possess. Gratitude, when practiced daily, becomes a foundation for resilience, contentment, and emotional well-being. Imagine starting each day by acknowledging 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or extraordinary. Perhaps it's the warmth of the morning sun, a kind word from a friend, or even the challenges you're facing that are helping you grow stronger. This simple act rewires your brain to focus on the positive, creating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. The Stoics also taught us to find gratitude in adversity. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Even in difficult times, there is something to be thankful for, a lesson learned, a strength gained, or an opportunity to persevere. When you practice gratitude in the face of hardship, you build a mindset that can withstand life's trials. Gratitude is not just a personal practice, it's also a social one. Expressing gratitude to others strengthens relationships and fosters mutual respect. When was the last time you thanked someone, not out of politeness, but with genuine appreciation? A heartfelt thank you can transform a relationship, showing the other person that their efforts and presence matter to you. The Stoics believed in acknowledging the contributions of others, understanding that no one succeeds alone. However, gratitude is more than just words. It's also about how you live. When you're grateful for your health, you take care of your body. When you're grateful for your opportunities, you make the most of them. Gratitude inspires action. It drives you to honor the blessings in your life by using them wisely. Think of it as a cycle. The more you practice gratitude, the more you create reasons to be grateful. Consider the snowball effect of gratitude. The more you focus on what you appreciate, the more your perspective shifts. Challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and ordinary moments become extraordinary. This isn't about ignoring life's difficulties, it's about balancing them with an awareness of the good. But how do you make gratitude a daily habit? Start by keeping a gratitude journal. Each evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for that day. Reflect on why these things matter to you and how they've enriched your life. Over time, this practice will deepen your appreciation for both the big and small blessings around you. Additionally, make it a point to express gratitude to the people in your life. A simple note, a kind word, or even a small gesture can strengthen your connections and uplift others. Imagine the impact of living with gratitude. How much lighter would your burdens feel if you balanced them with an awareness of your blessings? How much more joy would you experience if you focused on what's good in your life? Gratitude doesn't eliminate challenges, but it gives you the strength to face them with grace and resilience. The Stoics remind us that life is fleeting and each day is a gift. By practicing gratitude, you make the most of every moment. As Seneca said, nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. So take a moment today to appreciate what you have, to express thanks to those around you, and to live in a way that honors the blessings in your life. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a way of life, and it's one worth practicing every single day. Conclusion: every single day is an opportunity, a blank canvas waiting for you to paint your masterpiece. The Stoics taught us that a life well lived isn't built on grand, fleeting moments, but on the small, consistent actions we take every day. These actions, though seemingly minor, hold the power to transform not just how you live, but who you become. From cultivating a resilient attitude to managing your time with intention, from deepening your relationships to living with purpose, the 10 areas we've explored are not just tasks on a to-do list. They are principles to guide your life. Imagine where you could be a year from now if you committed to improving just a little in each area every day. How much stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled could you become? But remember, this journey isn't about perfection. The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. There will be days when you falter, when distractions pull you away, or when challenges feel overwhelming. That's okay. Progress isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up each time, learning from the stumble, and continuing forward. As you move forward, ask yourself, what small action can I take today to align with the person I want to be? Maybe it's practicing gratitude for the blessings in your life, saying no to a distraction, or simply choosing patience in a moment of frustration. Whatever it is, start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances. Begin with what you have, where you are. The Stoics believed that mastery of life lies in mastering the present moment. Each day is a chance to build a stronger foundation, to plant seeds that will grow into a thriving life. So, embrace the Stoic mindset. Focus on what you can control. Take action, no matter how small, and trust that the journey itself is the reward. As Marcus Aurelius said, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Let this thought guide you as you take one step closer to the life you deserve, one deliberate action at a time. So, what will you work on today?